everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the pike and shot mod. Last time around, we weren't able to do the Battle of Hanover, but now we're finally going to be able to do it. We're going to march across, but before, I have to say and show you a thing or two that has happened in between these episodes. And the most important thing was, as I figured, the English was sending their navy to attack me. So they've landed in Croatia. We've got... It's not that big of a force, but it's more than the Swedish, and currently my general, Leopold Wilhelm, won't make it to Zagreb before the English will, so they will be able to take it. I will put up quite a bit of resistance, similar to what I did against the Swedish, but however, where I had almost the exact same numbers as the Swedes, here we are far outnumbered by the British troops that are being sent against us, although they're not all Englishmen. Those Irish musketeers. Edward Cecil. Not entirely sure. I guess it's because of the difficulty level that everyone sort of declares war on me. Because, yeah, everyone who's kind of a sizable empire besides Poland and the Spanish, which I'm allied with, have declared war on me. So yeah, that was... we should have expected that as much. I do have quite the fleet ready to send against the British, but I don't know what kind of ships they have. And these trade ships only have 12 guns each, which isn't that much. And my proper navy is over here, and it would take them quite a while, actually, to catch up. I should have... Probably what I should have done is I should have declared on the war, preemptively declared war on the English, and destroyed the navy ahead of time. It could be that they have just as useless trade ships as me, but it might be better. Currently we are raiding trade here, but I figure it's probably better to start heading back and try and sink that. Also, I need to send this back because this is obviously the safest way then to transport this army, Leopold Wilhelm, to Sicily. But otherwise, yeah, I haven't even tried recruiting any troops here yet. What I have done is all the troops that I had in Vienna has now been dispatched to make sure the Swedes won't get through. So we have Reiters, we have cannons, we have the Croatian musketeers, and 2 Österreich musketeers. That's going to take up position there. I'm sure the next attack the Swedish send against us is going to be bigger, but then again, Pomerania is a rebel area. I believe it started as Swedish. I think they start with 2 areas. Unless this has recently been attacked. It's supposed to be, yeah, the Swedes are supposed to be fighting up here against the Polish. But that's about it. We haven't seen any new French troops. There hasn't been any major update in anything else. So with that said, we will go ahead and attack. We're going to start by marching Tilly up to this point right here. Then we'll have Wallenstein cross. And Wallenstein is then intercepted. So we have our main army of 3,200 men, followed up by Tilly with 2,800, meaning we have a total force of 6,000 actually, while the enemy brings a force of about 5,000. So we have 1,000 more men than them. But this is going to be quite the battle, given the numbers here. We do outnumber them. We do have better cannons. Not that I'd say cannons is a winning concept. If we get some lucky shots with the howitzers, that's good, but they're not going to be the deciding factor. It's going to be a deciding factor of being able to hold the line with the pikes while producing a lot of kills with the gunners. With that said, let's go ahead and jump into the battle. Let's march on and bring down the Hanoverians. Or bring them back into the fold. of the Catholic faith. No battle, I'm afraid. The battle kept crashing before I even got into it, so I decided to retreat and will try coming at this from another way, see if I can get the battle to work. In the meanwhile, we end the turn, and the British have taken Croatia. I decided to out-resolve it, just to speed it along. Usually crashes follow after each other, and it's a bit time-consuming to do a battle and then have it crash. We got mission issued, get Dresden. So they want us to go after the Saxons now. We get quite a bit. We get another Doppler soldier, which I normally can only have one, so that's pretty good. Or Doppelsoldner. It's basically pike units, but the ones that go in first, and they get double pay because of it, because they're so likely to die. Quite a bit of an experience for all land units. That's pretty darn good. Army destroyed. Yeah, the garrison down there. Baroque art. Interestingly enough, I believe it gives unhappiness for the lower classes, or Protestant classes, I should say. Well, not the Protestant lower classes, but you know what I mean. The British go ahead and block our port, which obviously means that, ooh, my economy is hit pretty badly by that. I still make a lot through tax, but the trade income is super reduced, which makes sense because they did the best thing to cut off my naval trade, where I get so much money from. They took Croatia, which is my only other port, and then they blocked the one that I have left. Which means that it's tanked. However, we have been saving up quite a bit of money, so I have 200,000 almost in the bank. So it's going to take quite a lot of turns to run me into the ground. But if it weren't for all the saved up money, that would have been really bad. And even that, I'm pretty sure just by the increase of wealth in this region, 500, I'll probably be able to make that 300 in tax in a few turns. Leopold is blocked because he was set to march there. Okay, so trade with Scotland stopped because we can't trade through the sea lanes anymore, or not all sea lanes. I guess that was going through the Croatian port. We have extra troops being recruited in Bohemia and Austria. Blocked. Road construction. And army on the march. Army receiving. Army. Right. Given then that this is a little bit, seemingly a little bit difficult, I'm gonna try and find another way to do this battle. I think the problem was that it was the army inside the town that intercepted me. And that probably means in Empire and possibly Napoleon as well, that means that we actually fight at the where the fort is, I think. And that might have been the problem. I'm thinking I will try and move around, and I will move through here instead, and then I will try and get them to attack me out here, so in the open, so we far away. But we'll be not focusing as much there. We'll be focusing here. So first things first is to open up the trade lanes again, so we actually make some money. So we're gonna attack the British here. They've dispatched a few troops over here. I'm thinking they're gonna try and kick this naval force out. With them sieging here, I can't actually see what they have. And then we also have here. They don't have a fort. We need to fight down this army, and then we move through here. So I think this is actually what we'll do the episode. I was hoping we'd do Hanover, but as people have pointed out, this mod is quite unstable, and the further in you go, I feel as though it gets more and more unstable. Gonna send. I'm trying to split up, and all the gentlemen are spawning here, so I'm sending some over so we get two, because at a certain point you can build more in this college, like, it's better to split them off and have in multiple areas. Oh, you're gonna... Oh yeah, when you go through deep forest, you suffer attrition, which is a problem by moving here. I could have, like, moved here and then maybe moved through there, but maybe it's better than to kind of set a path that we try and get out of the forest. So we only suffer 1 turn of attrition. It's probably really good replenishment there, right there anyways. So I should be fine. Let's just go ahead and see the Baroque art. It gives happiness to all classes, but 5 minus to Protestants and 5 plus to Catholics. Minus 1% tax rate. That's actually pretty shit. And I've been trying to gain as much tax rate here as possible, because we gain from the hospice, and I'm building 2 of them just to increase the amount of percentage I can get out of the capital. So that's not super great. Currently we're going off that give her the dick guy. The car, I believe. Yes, nothing more to be said there. Let's not drag this on and go attack the Transylvanians. Oh! I'm no longer at war with them? I thought we were at war with them. Right, as soon as Poland gives me money to declare war on them again, we'll cross. God damn it. I guess I'm so... Right, we're gonna have to end turn then, so it's better than if I get these guys into position. What I could do is I could try and bait them into attack. I guess what we can't do is we can't bring all our troops to bear. So we'll try and goat them into fighting a single one of these forces. Because as far as I could see, there's seemingly no unit that would crash it. Although it kinda seems like possibly mercenary units could be a problem when I recruit them over here. But yeah. Anything else I need to move? I moved the navy, so we need to move that again. Another step closer. Looks like he might go, this army might go to force this navy out. They can't, maybe they want to open up their own trade through there. So we'll send that ship out. It can go to trade in spices. Right, let's end turn and then deal with the bloody British. Right, the end turn, we are ready to attack the British, but I want to show you what happened up here. So really odd maneuvering, where they're maneuvering a large part of their force away from the capital. Which I don't see why. This could allow me to possibly play the battle by attacking there, but since we're already on our way in other areas, building a lot of roads, and then we got attrition here. Yes, sir. Let's see if we can get. Oh, we didn't manage to get out of the forest. That was gonna be a pretty big problem then, continuously going through here. I don't also kind of know why they did this when they drew the road map in Napoleon, because there's no road crossing over from kind of the Austrian side to the Prussian side until here, and then it's just mountains, no road going through it, And he goes all the way down here. So the next one's there. So that's the 2 crossings. That's a huge amount of area with nothing. Now normally you don't suffer attrition, but I expect at least one road maybe leading in between these areas. Maybe. I don't know. Seems like an awful mistake. Right. Let's deal with the British then. I have very much a superior force to him. He does have a lot of light cavalry, but that's not going to do much. I have brought mortars, which are going to annihilate his troops. We've got the better melee troops, the double pay infantry, which got higher melee attack and even more melee defense. We got good gunners and these Cossacks that are experienced. So yeah, they only outnumber us about 200 men. Also, it seems like his stars shrunk, so I think he's got, like, in terms of his trains, I'm guessing that he's more of an attacking general than a defending general, because normally, I think this guy, when he first started here, he's got like at least the double the stars, like 6 stars. But I think since he's defending here, he's not getting as much. Right, enough dragging on about this. Let's go ahead and fight this battle. I've drawn up into a defensive line, as we can see, with pikes and musketeers in between. We're gonna go ahead and put the pike troops into squares. There's a bit of friendly fire here, but if I put more spacing, I risk that the cavalry will actually make it through the gap without snagging on to the pike squares. Oh, we've got one unit coming close to where the mortars were situated. Oh no, I hope the mortars aren't firing over here. That would be a disaster. It's also kind of a disaster to have the mortars fire after a moving cavalry that is now moved kind of below the fire range of the mortars. We hit the church! We hit the church! God damn it! Watch out! Let's set the church on fire! The British light cavalry is having no luck breaking through our lines. And the fact that they're sending troops through piecemeal like this, what is going on here? Someone please let the horse pass through! Or why did someone let the horse pass through in the first place? It's destroy the formation. A silly British person could just walk right through. Like, reform it. Dragoons getting hit with the mortar. Pretty good. Pretty good. The rest of the English army is closing in. I know they have a British flag, so I'm gonna pat myself on the back for not calling them British. We got Irish, citizenry. One of the problems kind of with the mod is this slow movement. It sort of makes sense, but at the same time the AI isn't really able to handle it. I'm gonna move my cavalry onto the high hill behind the British army. There. I'd pat myself on the back for not calling it the British army, calling it the English army, and then very next sentence I say the British. But I am fooled by the flags. Right, there's a lot of cavalry now focusing in
on this flank right here. I'm gonna move the general in anticipation. Now the dragoons were broken before they made it here, but the 2 geomanry units have already passed below what the mortars can do to them. And right now there's about 180 something of them coming straight at me. Coming straight at this Cossack unit. Able to break down quite a few of them, but yeah, not looking good. I will set the mortars to be firing over here. The general will come in and aid. I'm sure that we will be able to break down this one unit. I'll send in the general to fire pistol. And for now the Cossacks are actually holding their formation, being able to continuously fire onto the enemy cavalry, which is good. Ooh, we're getting some hits over here. Not super great ones, but the enemy has just about gotten into that position. They decided to attack the cavalry piecemeal, and if they attacked both of them, they probably would have made a greater impact. What are they doing now? They are trying to go through. One thing that I haven't mentioned, which I kind of noticed, is it seems like, I don't know what, I've never heard the troops being so talkative. Like, I don't think I've ever heard that many. I noticed it with when I was fighting the Swedes. I don't think I've ever heard all those like voice lines before from the AI. Okay, so we kind of failed there. But like I've never had them be this talkative before. Continue to fire here, especially on the pikes. Cavalry, you know what? Take ages for you to get it set up, so already move there. So the Cossack unit is losing quite a lot of men. However, we do have the general just next to them, being able to fire pistols into this unit, hopefully killing quite a few. And meanwhile, the line is holding. We've got units that's not really utilized in this line. We should bring them to bear a bit better. Let's speed it up. Let's set the cavalry to speed on here. Right, they pulled off and are doing a second attack, but this time against the general, which I don't think is going to work out, because the general is much more heavily armed than the light cavalry, and the light cavalry is now pulling off, allowing the Cossacks to go for full fire there. Why did you abandon the mortars to go chasing after the cavalry? There's like 3 of you. Right, general is now needed at the main line, and Irish musketeers, they said sod it and charged in. Oh no, they are now attacking both mortars. This square is being heavily attacked there. Right, my cavalry is coming up behind. We're gonna fire a bit of pistol before I'm gonna have this unit move towards the center. I'm gonna inspire this one to keep it holding for a little bit better. You will move up. Okay, both mortars unfortunately destroyed. I think they're gonna survive the battle, like they'll be in the next battle, but sure if they go on from there. General is being attacked there. Pistol cavalry is now being attacked, so I'm ordering them to charge in. You know what? This pike square is going to be dropped and ordered to attack this, and then these will take its place. I will order the cavalry just to attack a few places here. Oh, they are! Go back to that. There's so many big, thick enemy formations that we have a chance to fire at here that we want to destroy. Right, withdraw the gunners. Cavalry will withdraw and will make another pass at the enemy later on. A large part why I want them to withdraw is because the mortars are about to fire again. I think I want to be firing on this, right here. That's a possibility. Right, the cavalry has withdrawn. Let's reorganize them here and then come back for an attack on the enemy. The double pay soldiers are cutting down the Irish. Could I possibly get some mortar shots fired already? You please. If you don't want to attack there, you can attack the ground, you can attack this. Now they're firing, good. Right. You're setting up around there. We're slowly surrounding the enemy here. Hold fire. You will get to this point. Double pay soldiers will attack first. And then we'll follow in with the other two. You will these two units will advance as well. I'm not seeing where these shots are landing. They're supposed to be firing over here. Oh, there we go. Now we're seeing some shots landing. Right, the enemy general was shot down. We got troops advancing, pikes. Both pike units will be advancing into the enemy over there. Pistolier cavalry will complete the encirclement of the English troops. Right, continue on into that. Keep fighting them. Oh, they're out of shot now. And the gunners will hold their fire and start to advance instead. And hold fire. We don't want to shoot down these cavalry units. They're now charged in. Dealing with the enemy. Keep working your way through this. Right, enemy cavalry broken over there. Go after the unit here. And you know what? Even if there's pikes there, I imagine they're going to be broken just by the cavalry charge that's now going through here. There's still one unit that holds on. The Civil Guard, 1st Foot Guards, is holding on. Or were holding on for a bit. But there we have it. We are victorious. The British came and left just as quickly as they arrived. And looks like we didn't leave a single one of them for the ships to return home. As a result of the battle, we deployed roughly the same amount of troops, 2,500. However, we only lost 677, while the enemy lost their entire force. It's a bit of a discrepancy where we killed about 100 of our own men. But that is to be expected. The Pike Square that took the most of the brunt of the enemy force is also the one that killed the most, followed by mercenary Cossacks. This one only lost 13 men, almost killing 300, so it wasn't the one that was being attacked. We also have Pistolier unit here. They lost a 25% roughly, or actually they lost 28% because there's 100 men in that unit. And they killed 286. And as we go along, even the general is awarded a few kills here at 37. Right, victory, and we throw out the British. Unfortunately, the region wealth has been reduced quite a bit due to this. They held it for like 2 turns, and they were able to influence it to 10% Protestantism just by that. And I'm sure it was 100%. The Croatians were really fickle, and they moved. Oh, you know what? Wasn't I changing this? God damn it. Also, the region lost about 1/3 of its wealth. It had 15,000 before the British took it over. Now it only has 10,000, which isn't great. We captured a lot of supplies and stuff, and this force should be ready pretty quickly to be moved against Sicily. So that's inspiring, and also my navy is closing in. With that, we're hoping to see a lot of trade. Well, if I do, let's see, if I do this, will it switch to the port that is actually open? No, it still wants to go through the main one, even though that's blocked. We can, however, re-establish trade with the Scottish, I think. No, cannot trade. Ports in their home. Wild as turns, they were able to trade with someone else. I have enough money, I can bloody well ask them to trade embargo the Ottomans. And I'm gonna pay them 5,000 to do that. And then I can set up trade with them. Huh. Who else is the Ottomans trading with? They're trading with Spain? England, Transylvania, and France. It's a bit much that my ally, the Spanish, are trading with them. How much trade is flowing that way? Ottoman Empire, Crimean, Kingdom of France, Iberian unit, only 800 from them. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Any other, like, I'm sure Spain is trading with a lot of my enemies. Trade partners? Not really. France. They are trading with France. But are they trading by the sea level to France? France is gaining quite a lot of money here. 2,000. France 2,002. Denmark, Norway. Well, Denmark, Norway is gaining a lot because they are the ones that actually are trading in like good supplies there. Right. For the next one, we'll see about actually figuring out how to get a battle here that won't crash. Until that, I will say, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.